Do you remember the sand trooper that was on Tatooine that Obi-Wan mind tricked into letting them get by with the droids that they were in fact looking for? How about the stormtrooper that clumsily knocked his head on the door that was opening on the Death Star? That's a fan favorite character, so much so that the special edition of the 1977 Star Wars movie, that was then retitled A New Hope, featured a comedic sound effect when he hit his head. The Star Wars re releases would be well known for trying to correct issues that many didn't even feel were there, and featuring something that brought attention to something that could have easily been viewed as an error was actually a really lighthearted and positive thing to come out of those special editions. Interestingly enough, though, it goes one step further, and canonically, the Stormtrooper slash Sand Trooper is actually the same character, and he has the title code TK-110 and the nickname 110. So the Stormtrooper was really having a bad day, I guess. He finally got off of his shift at Tatooine and then went straight onto the Death Star and immediately got himself a pretty good headache. All in all, Hasbro has really nailed this figure design. They've been making iterations upon the Stormtrooper armor for a long time, and while there's definitely still improvements to be made in certain areas of the articulation, there's no doubt that this figure looks perfect, and keeping them on the shelves is an important way to ensure that collectors can still have access to some of the most iconic Stormtrooper designs. In fact, it's easy enough to, of course, take off the weapon, but you can even take off the backpack and have a much more normal stormtrooper that just has the commander pauldron or sand trooper pauldron. It holds different titles. In fact, you can take the head off and remove even that to get a simple standard stormtrooper buck, a great option for fans who are new to collecting. With all of the improvements being made to this design and this line of figures, it would honestly be a really good idea to take it back to that original Stormtrooper helmet and give us a New Hope Stormtrooper design with that asymmetrical finish, the kind of imperfections that people would grow to love about the Star Wars universe. The thing that makes Star Wars so special is it feels lived in, it feels used. That fell away with the newer releases. And while that's not bad, it's not a bad thing to have different iterations, different versions. It will always be a part of its charm to have these imperfections and these goofy aspects to our favorite space opera.